It seemed like something right out of a cliché textbook story that you so happened to find yourself right in the middle of. You were just on your way to the doctor's, the large circle on your calendar reminding you that you had a checkup that day, which you weren't too fond of, but you dragged yourself out of the door and into the gloomy building that you've come to hate. You didn't notice him at first. He was pushed to the back of the elevator and you just managed to squeeze yourself into the crack of remaining space, pinning yourself up against a few other people to evade the closing metal doors. But even as the people started filling out the cramped elevator, you still kept your eyes away, hoping to stare at the rising floor number with a polite ignorance to the stranger in the other corner. You don't notice how he let his eyes wander to the girl in the opposite side of the elevator with the pretty hair and pursed lips, eyes purposely avoiding his. Before you can decide on whether or not to talk to the girl in the elevator, who was thoroughly walked out of his life in a few floors, the lift suddenly screeched to a stop. The sudden halt jolted you from your spot, leaving you stumbling backward a few steps before a pair of sturdy arms steadied you once again. You okay? You were about to brush him off with a "yeah, I'm fine," when you look up to see the cold eyes that you've seen so many times before in pictures and video that you've watched so many times. Your words die on your lips and your eyes widen at the sight of him, Todoroki Shoto, your mouth opening and closing but failing to form a coherent sound. He grins a little. He relishes in the shocked recognition in your eyes and the small little O that leaves your pink lips. Looks like there will be no introduction on his part. He lets go of your arms. He was touching you, turning away to survey the button on the elevator. I think we're stuck. He crunches his nose at the dimly lit button, pushing a few of them only to get no response. You almost forget about the frozen elevator, and the ridiculousness of the situation starts to hit you like a tidal wave once the picture of the unresponsive elevator control sink into your mind. Todoroki tapping his chin thoughtfully as he surveyed them. You were stuck with Todoroki Shoto in an elevator, a dream of many, and definitely one that might have crossed your mind more than one bored occasion. The two of you had tried dialed the help phone into the lift, only to get an automated message that was less than reassuring. The signal on your phones were unstable at best, and you had learned that kicking the thick metal door brought you no freedom to your metal confinement and many bruises on your foot. You found yourself slumping down onto the floor, and Todoroki soon followed you, your bodies leaving a dual dump as they hit the floor. You had cut the silence with a feeble introduction, followed by his cheeky one, paired with that smirk that you never thought would be directed to you. I'm Todoroki Shoto, but I'm kinda guessing you already knew that. You weren't sure what to talk to him about. He was a famous hero for Pete's sake, and every topic that crossed your mind sounded dumb and dull the moment you tried to test them out on your lips. He was the one who finally broke the awkward pause in your introduction. What are you doing here? His words are slightly hesitant, and you think the faint shyness in his voice makes you remember that he was just another boy beneath the title he acclaimed. Just another teenage boy who could have been one that you went to your school. The touch of shyness is something you don't get the chance to see in the picture or the video, and you can't help but to find it endearing. Doctor appointment, which should have been approximately 20 minutes ago. You're not too upset about missing the appointment to be with Todoroki, in all honesty, even if it was in a dual metal elevator. His smile leads up to be perfect enough for you. What are you doing here? I mean, of all places, I didn't think I would bump into you here, or anywhere at all, really. You let out a small chuckle, and it reverberates in the small space. You cringe, but he smiles faintly, liking the way the sound reaches his ears. Bakugo wasn't feeling well, and he wanted the pharmacy medicine because the cheap stuff doesn't work on him. He said this with a wry grin and sarcastic quotation. He's such a princess. You let out a bark of laughter. Thaw, you stifled it quickly with a small sorry once you heard it start to bounce around the elevator once again. He's going to be annoyed then. I haven't returned with the cure to his aching stomach by now. Todoroki shook his head, chuckling as he checked the time on his phone. It's been nearly half an hour since the elevator stopped, and he's not sure how much longer he'll be in this meta encasement for. He doesn't mind though. He realizes, after hearing the sound of your love bounce around the wall elevator and seeing you sitting with your legs played in front of you, completely at ease with him. I'm sure he'll take into consideration your situation. I mean, even if he's lying on his dead bed. I think he misinterprets being stuck with a pretty girl the wrong way. You don't think you've ever been happier to be to the doctors?